Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hello and GM to you both. And to everyone watching at home, how are you all doing today?
Doing good, man. Lots of stuff going on the timeline around the chain. I know Mew Mew's she's traveling.
I'm traveling, guys.
Like, believe it or not, that's not I swear, like it looks like a static background, but that's like
Well,
Quick guess from the comment section. Is this AI?
yeah, my name is
yeah,
on. Yeah, dude.
yeah, is it real or AI? It's time to settle it once and for all.
We got spoiled little sister reposting the stream. Thank you, spoiled little sister.
Spoil little
How's
sister.
what's it like on the PJ?
Hmm?
How's traveling? Is it fun? Is it nice? What's it like on the
Yeah,
PJ?
on my PJ, it's like all important people on Sonic, and they make their bags on Sonic, of course. So like we just have some fun little chats and like lay over at three places. Like took me almost 12 hour on the PJ.
Man,
Wow, wow, you
now
gotta be loaded because I hear it's pretty expensive per the hour for those people. What's the
now
minimum threshold to get on the on the Mew PJ?
I wanted to show a little bit of hopium, different chart than Bitcoin, because you know what, Bitcoin Weekly is getting pretty old. It's just not doing anything. It's just lumbering. It's not moving. Like it's not making big moves. But what is making big moves is the Ethereum BTC pair, and it's getting out of control, really, in a good way. We've talked down about Ethereum for so long, but something is happening apparently. And what I've done, like same thing with like the Bitcoin weekly using like Ichi. It's pretty powerful on moves. Um, the idea here is that if it got into the cloud, in Ichi, when you get into the cloud, you call it edge to edge, is what happens often. So, I mean, we're getting really close to the cloud. I mean, this is the first time since, I mean, hell, these are weeks. So, May 23, yeah, May 2023 was the last time that this interacted with a cloud. So, that's especially why I'm paying attention to this chart now. This is getting very interesting.
It's just disturbing and horrifying chart to look at. The more I look at it, the only other like green closes were back in November before May. Like it's just been a slaughter for 6 months, uh, and then to have it rebound like this and touching the cloud too means, dude, what the psychos who are calling for E10K might be onto something here. Like, not financial advice here, but we're looking at possibly insane runs here, dude.
I mean, yeah, like, like I said, theoretically, it doesn't happen every time, but, going back in history, you can, like for instance, here it didn't totally do it, but, you know, it's fairly common that, if it enters the cloud, it's going to go to the other side of the cloud. So, yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to start looking at this chart instead of Bitcoin because we're waiting for alt season, and I think this is better to look at. Somebody had a good. Oh yeah, here was Follow Zone saying pour one out for the CT guys who just pivoted the soul. I've actually seen some horror stories about that in the last few weeks. People like just finally capitulating on Ethereum and moving into Solana. It's almost a meme, but a lot of people did it. So yeah, pour one out for those guys.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. Feel bad for me, dude. Because BBQ is saying I have 1,000x leverage. I wish, dude. I'm more like this guy. I'm more like the guy that pivoted to Soul at 1.5k ETH, dude. Um, Now, this is kind of like, we're on Sonic. We're Sonic holders here, So for a lot of us, it's meaningless. It means nothing to me. I don't care about these ETH guys making money. I don't care about Bitcoin guys making money. But if the alt season prophecy comes true, then then we're geared up for something really nice here, right? Because of the size of these pumps.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I wanted to show this chart, but what I also wanted to look at was dominance. You know, if you're familiar with the cycles, then you would assume that based on Bitcoin dominance, we are nowhere near alt season. So the exciting news is, I mean, I think I looked at this. Yeah, last time we were under 60% was like basically end of last year. So yeah, we just dipped below 60%. You know, looking at previous alt season, it, you know, was way less than 50 something percent to spur alt season. But you know, like I said, we're in this like different, the cycle's different, you know, it already feels different. So I don't know if Bitcoin maybe getting to like 50% would probably be like the equivalent of previous cycles where it was dropping, you know, alt season would start when it dropped to like, you know, 40 something. I mean, one of the alt seasons it dropped to like 39, which is insane. That'll never happen again. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think that it's been sitting at 60% dominance so long that just it breaking into the 50s to me is a good sign. That coupled with, you know, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So I don't know what it means totally. Like we still have some events that could really help boost this thing. We still haven't had any rate cuts. Those are still coming. Things are obviously heating up between the administration and Powell. But in terms of like, you know, I feel like they're going to eventually, you know, Powell's term runs up and I want to say next May. And I think then there's zero doubt they're going to put like their guy in there, you know, they're going to put the guy they want in there. But I think we will be waiting for that because I doubt like Powell gets like forcibly removed and replaced at this time. You know,
it would be insane for him to do that. Because I don't even know if it's possible legally. Now,
yeah.
We did have some macro stuff come out that's kind of nice, right? CPI numbers came in slightly below expected. But there are still inflation concerns, it seems like, particularly around the tariffs, which are still crazy negotiations going on right now. I think some stations or some countries have come to agreements with Trump, but not all of them. And not even some of the biggest ones like China. They're still going back and forth on like 50 to 150% tariffs or some crazy amount.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about, before we go into some more of these specifically crypto general news topics, I thought another interesting one is the uncertainty ahead of us is also kind of interesting. There's a lot of uncertainty, which causes a lot of the markets to be generally more volatile. And I think we're in for a lot more of that. There's been a lot of doubt being cast on the numbers that they're using for the jobs data and the inflation numbers. A lot more scrutiny has been thrown on them because there have been revisions where it's been revised from, let's say they added 144,000 jobs last month. The following month, when they revised the numbers, they revised them down to like 10,000 or like negative 4,000. Like so just a word of warning for you guys. I would expect a rate cut, but you know,
I think it's about at this point, and I mean, this isn't the first time this has happened, but poly market, everything else you want to look at, I think it's probably next to impossible that there isn't a rate cut in September. But never say never, you know, like, I mean, here's what I've said before is like, I think the Fed's actually doing a good job. It's just that it's not good for our bags. So, you know, it's like, everybody's speculating it's finally coming, but you know, that doesn't mean really much. I mean, they'll decide on a dime if they need to that it's still getting put off. You know, they're obviously not going to bend to any like political pressure at this point.
That would be the ideal situation, right? That's like that's the goal. That's what it's supposed to be like. So I mean, I don't know if you guys, we want to get too political here, but the concern would be that that's why the big concern would be if he does just replace him with someone who is convenient, then that's like complete violation of the mandate of the position. So there is a concern, though, that when he puts a new guy in, that it's going to be just that anyway in 6 months, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just gonna be a yes man that's gonna, slash the rates.
So what I'm getting at is you got 6 months, fellas, to make all your money. Okay, well, 6 months, and then maybe another 3 months after that before we start seeing some negative repercussions. But it's not all bad news, dude. It's not all as murky, right? We got other positive things here. Do Kwon might be pleading guilty after the fall of Terra. Do we actually all think he's guilty? Do you guys think he's guilty?
It's Do Kwon's kind of like an interesting case to me. On the outside, if you look at just like the broad spectrum of what he's being accused of and everything else, it's like at the end of the day, he had a protocol that was, running well until it didn't, right? But is that something to be like convicted of a crime for, that you made something, it's like in crypto, it's like the rug argument, right? It's like there's projects that sometimes people call rug, and it's like, well, it didn't really actually rug, it just didn't work out. And at the end of the day, crypto is still capitalism, Wild West, compared to other markets. So it's like, just because something fails doesn't really mean it's a rug all the time, right? So that's the thing with Do Kwon. It's interesting to me is I'm like, yes, it cost people billions and billions of dollars. It basically was responsible for crashing the industry. But at the end, it's like, I don't know, like, what is the crime in, I guess, being experimental? But there's other things that I've seen before that, and Yankee says it's only a crime if rich people lose money. That's kind of what it feels like, honestly. There are some little things I've seen here and there that are kind of like, no, in the case, you're going to see that, he was breaking all these rules that he knew he couldn't break. He was, laundering money. He was doing this, he was doing that. So, maybe we find out when it finally goes to the trial that, yeah, he was actually like doing a bunch of, SBF style sketchy, maneuvers or something. But yeah, on the outside, it's kind of just like, yeah, the protocol blew up and it cost people money, but that's also what happens in crypto,
Yeah, true. Did you have any money in Luna, Mew Mew? Oh, excuse me. Oh, you're muted, Mew Mew.
Oh, that's why, because I was trying to chime in.
I was wondering why you were being so quiet.
Yeah, Mew was being very quiet.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because there's a few times I was trying to edit and you two ignoring me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you probably thought we were talking over you. I just thought you were being quiet.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, got it. No. I was saying that Luna, I actually joined crypto after it collapsed.
You dodged a bullet. Sneaky said an AI glitch.
Yeah, but that was a huge news for even like Web2 world. And I was very NFT adjacent before the Luna crash. So like when I saw everything and like saw all the bubble burst, I felt like, oh, this is probably a great time to enter.
Ooh, balls of steel, Mew Mew. Usually people I'm not going in that bloodbath. But no, I think accurate timing too. Now, we have like a couple comments here I wanted to point out. Just there was one guy asking when institutional voting is going to start. I think it's going to take them a little while to clear it with legal and stuff. It seems complicated. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more complicated than expected, and also since it's a big governance vote on institutional adoptions, which means it's also involve a lot of funds and financing and like a restructuring. So we want to be hella cautious and also like just being cautious and careful with it and crafting the sentences, crafting the right way to do it. But it will come. So don't worry, like our team is actively working on it like day after day. So
I will say this. It's like there's something to be said about like, okay, like, maybe the lesson is learned to not jump the gun on these kind of things when, it's like run it, get everything buttoned up with legal and everything else, and then start teasing the governance vote. Because I mean, yeah, I understand people are like, okay, that was supposed to be coming in a few days, and where is it? And we want to hear about it. And yeah, that's really all it is, though. It's just it's gotta get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. And you have it's almost it's like anything else. Like it's you're sending it up the chain, you're sending it to legal, they kick it back, you got to make changes, so it's like it is coming soon. I do know that, but yeah, they're working hard on it.
Yeah, they're working hard. There's an interesting balance. Look, we've run everyone here's run a crypto project or been involved in it before. A lot of people watching it have. It's an interesting balance between like what you announce when you announce it to get hype, and like when you can deliver it, right? Because like the community is always putting the screws to you, demanding some sort of information about what you're working on. And then if you tell them what you're working on, then it's just like they're berating you for not doing it faster. So yeah, first is the announcement of the announcement. That's right.
Yeah, like, and that's what I was getting at here was like, I think that was the only crime, was talking about it too early. You know what I mean?
Maybe
the ideas are laid out. We're just working on the executions and seeing how difficult it is, adjusting legal, everything. And it's American market, so it's tricky anyway.
True. Now, talking more about Sonic specifically, Mimi, do you want to go over your latest recap?
Of course. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, I'll take this down.
Give me 1 second.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
yeah, Heisenberg says SBF did crimes, Luna Boy didn't. That's kind of how I feel. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe we get like a bigger picture, like in the court case, but it's like, yeah, SBF definitely was committing massive fraud and hurting people. And I feel like Duquan was just, he tried something, it blew up. Sucks, everybody lost money, but that's kind of like the risk you take,
Definitely do want to follow this trial. I think it's kind of similar to like there's some lessons to be learned between SBF, CZ, and Duquan's story, where it's like, did you do crimes and did you like blow up? Did you do crimes and everything worked out fine actually, or did you? Who knows if you didn't do any crimes, but also it blew up? It's like very kind of different.
Yeah, you got the three shades there. You kind of nail each of them separately. You know what I mean? One of them did crimes, got away. Everybody was all right, so they get in too much trouble. One guy did a lot of crime, got in trouble. Yeah, I think it comes back to what Yankee said earlier, where it was like, you get in trouble if you lose a bunch of rich people's money.
Oh wait, we got to put on your shared screen. Sorry.
Oh, we did it at the same time. Sorry about that.
Great. Okay. So we're heading to our more focused ecosystem Sonic news. And this is something I run before weekly. And since we have a lot going on, this video from my channel, which is Mimi.Sonic. If you haven't followed me, follow me there. This is a show or like a video series that I do recap and like a wrap up on the weekly news or bi-weekly news on Sonic ecosystem more from a foundational level. And for this week or this month, July, I did something more fun because before all the shows, all the series were more like me talking to the camera, like talking to you. But this time I'm trying to onboard my traditional finance friend. Like she works in security. She works in like Wall Street in New York. And I was trying to give her some brief on particle level what happened on Sonic in July. And there are several things that really like on top of the mind. I give a little synopsis here. So our season 1 S airdrop and the gem distributions, the Pingswell airdrop order book was launched in July. And then we have the S tier hackathon for students. We have the creator program that we wrapped the first month and are about to distribute the rewards. And finally is the Sonic Korea meetup. And then we're heading to Singapore. Like, this is very, very like synthesized, summarized version. But if you go into the video, you can see I actually did hella.
So if you are a creator, we launched the Sonic Creator Program a month ago. And we are also, I'm totally blown away because we have over 1,000 submissions.
For the creator program. We have over 1,000 submissions for the creator program. That's really, really impressive.
So 1,000 submissions on TikTok, Reels. a special place.
And then
That's where
like a little
it
summary of
kept
Sonic
up the
Korea.
in real life momentum was the APAC expansion. So Sonic Korea hosted a bustling meetup in July, and we have over 200 people showed up in the meetup. Wow. We announced some great news there, and also we are coming back for KBW this year.
Yeah, that's some like movement for the APAC expansions that we're going back to Korea. We're going back
So I'm going back to Korea.
Well, it's a 4 to 5 minutes TV like a videos. And so after we finish the stream, please feel free to watch the video there. And I'm also brainstorming more forms for doing the recap to make it more interactive and also like for more engagement. So comment below, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what kind of format will be great. Maybe we can do a weekly recap version on GMSONIC as well.
All right.
That's crazy. I didn't realize the creator program had that many submissions already. And this is like different videos and things like that.
Yeah, the creator program is designated to TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So it's all from the more traditional Web 2 social media platform, and it's for like clippers and do original content on like those platforms. And we have separated price pool for the creator program.
Right on. That's perfect. I was posting about this yesterday. The TikTok is the way to go, man. These short videos.
And we got the Clipper program ideas from like WHOP, WHOP, which is a lot of like tech companies. They're using WHOP as a platform for a Clipper program, and this is like has been proven the way to get enough attentions and tractions on the more traditional marketing way. So we're like the marketing team at Sonic are also testing out all kinds of venues and media outlets to really grab and get the attention back to Sonic. I think it's really great adventure and exploration.
Sweet. Yeah, really cool. Man.
And I think for the news here, another thing, we kind of touched point on last GMSONIC that the order book we demoed, we've tried on the FNFTs, and we actually achieved 1.4 million trading volume for the first week of launching. And that really shows the liquidity and the power of the Sonic community.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you said 1.4 million in trading on PaintSwap?
Yes.
That's freaking nuts, dude. That means there's still like a lot of appetite for this, which I think we kind of been seeing recently. Look, I'm telling you, things are turning around for Sonic here. We saw record inflows yesterday, I think, or the top inflows yesterday into Sonic.
Yeah, the update was as of the 10th, 2 days ago, has traded over 8.8 million S, which is about 2.8 million USD in volume.
Wow.
And, you know, I was hoping for a longer, I think I said this after launch. I was hoping for a longer discount for like a longer period. And yeah, I mean that thing, you know, filled up fast. I think the discount right now is, I don't know, it's
13.
Yeah, it's you know, it's low. I was thinking that you would have volatility with, you know, a big discount obviously at start while the market's kind of figuring out, you know, what they want. But I had kind of figured in my head like that the discount would probably be like an ongoing 20-25% or something. And that was pretty much done away with like almost immediately. Yeah, like Zorg says, the discount went poof. Yeah. But got some good deals there on those first few days for sure. But yeah, congrats to PaintSwap. As DeFi Maximalist here said, that is a lot of burned brush.
Yes, this is the buyback and burn program from the PaintSwap order book. Like all the trading fees, gas fee they generated from this FNFT market, they are gonna burn it and buy back the token.
I found the tweet that I was talking about. It was just showing top net inflows. This is from Dr. DeFi, and I'm pretty sure you grabbed this off of Artemis here. But guys, look at this. 17 million inflows to Sonic in one day. This feels like too good to be true, though.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't it?
Oh, it is.
Doesn't feel too good to be true, but let's check it out. Let's see.
Let's go. DeFi Llama?
Yeah, Heisenberg says there was a whale that bought everything till 0 discount some other day. Yeah, or he bought everything on discount.
My God, he bought everything on distance. That was all the volume.
I don't know. It could be a lot of things. So let's see what the comments say.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to DeFi Llama, it's down only, but on Artemis, which I don't ever use. I've never used Artemis. Have you guys used Artemis?
I've never heard of it till just now.
Artemis is more like to business. So
Like, see, look at this top bridge net flows last 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean it's it's there. So
it's there. That's
Yeah.
great. It's good too good to be true.
And now I can believe it. Now, look, I'm telling you, things are turning around. Sonic's assistant mentioned today that new investments are coming. Where? Well, Manny, if he just said it today, I mean, I don't know how I would have any more information.
Is it today or a few days ago? Because we did announce something yesterday.
What'd you announce, Mimio? What'd you announce yesterday?
Yes, it's the Innovator Fund. The Sonic Innovator Fund. We made the most recent investment of 400K as into Silo Finance.
Oh, yeah. Look, we got that here, too.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about this? 400,000 S investment in the Silo Finance. They also support AVAX. I mean, this is kind of what people have been asking for, though, right? Is that direct ecosystem support?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think Drag has more comment on this.
Yeah. I mean, so far, what do we have so far? So we got Silo, we got Hey Anon. And there's, a list of more to come.
Yep. And we also have Audit Grant to like PainSwap as well. A lot of other Audit Grant.
Yeah. So there's the Innovator Fund, and then there's Audit Grant Fund, and I mean, I think it's just the goal is just to support some of the protocols. Give them more support. People love to see it. And they've done some other things too. They got the Innovator Fund. Then I guess a couple weeks ago, spread out over a few weeks, they did some token buys for some of the projects and some of the memes and stuff. So I think they're just trying to spread it out a little bit, give some support. So I know there's like a list of projects coming for the Innovator Fund. So we'll have to see what comes next, but that's gonna keep going. So love to see it.
Look, there's just been this feeling in the air, right? Maybe it's because of like the sentiment we were talking about, where it's like you got 6, 7, 9 months before the whole thing is over. That we're at the end of the road. You know what I mean? Have you guys gotten that feeling? Like it feels like there's this feeling, at least on X, that like these are the end days. So like, but we're just getting started. You know what I mean? Like, Innovator Fund is popping. The Creator Fund, the Creator
Program,
Creator Clash program is running, dude. Things are going. So I think things are actually kind of looking pretty good here. Hopefully we bottomed out.
And also, in addition to the Innovator Fund, the Creator Program, we got the newest restructuring of our Yapper program too.
Yeah. How'd you do that, Drek?
Yeah, I got the article here. You can go to my X to read it if you want. But the summary is there had been, you'll find this in my post too, Harris Ebrat. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. But he had done kind of like a deep dive on some Kato, like basically like what was performing in their campaigns and what wasn't, and started to like dig deeper on that, because in actuality, the Sonic program, like campaign they've set up, is probably, I don't know if it'll end up being the biggest they've had, but it'll be like one of the biggest campaigns that they've had. So the idea was like looking at it like why is it kind of like underperforming a little bit, and under the hood, what I started to see was like, okay, the campaign was currently set to 6 months. and that was to like coincide with like a season, like the season 2 wrapping up. But once you started digging around, it was kind of like, okay, like most of these programs are 1 to 3 months, because what's happening is like when it's 6 months, you're asking somebody to yap and work and make threads and whatever, you're asking them to do that for 6 months before there's any kind of end of the road, end of the tunnel kind of deal. So that was the first thing to look at. And it would have been cool to be able to like change it to monthly, but we are like a few days away from the second month of the campaign ending. So figured the best solution would be split it into 3-month chunks. This also kind of like is like the, shooting the gun at the race, because you're now letting people know, okay, like this first snapshot is coming in like 5 weeks. So get to it. Right. So that was the first part. Then the second part was that after the end of the original campaign, there would be FNFTs similar to, the season 1 airdrop. And so, you were kind of asking people to grind for a long time. And then you have the, vested FNFT that you're then also having to wait on. So I figured the best changes was, we're basically shorten the campaign, make it into 2-3 month blocks, but then also make the rewards liquid instead of people having to, hold and wait for, wait to vest and all that stuff. So those are the biggest changes, really. There was a lot of chatter over the weekend. They had made some changes to like their algorithm for their leaderboard, and it had kind of wreaked havoc on the Sonic board. There was a lot of people that were like way up high that straight up were just like gone. And they were like community people, and there was a lot of noise about it. And I've already told people a couple times, like we don't have any control over their algorithm, how they determine this stuff. But we were able to work with the team, and the best solution we had was like, let's just revert to the old algorithm to get everybody back, because people had already been doing this for a couple months. Right. So it's like, it'd be one thing if the campaign hadn't started yet or anything, but you already had people that have been, been grinding on this. So yeah. Luckily their team was super helpful. We got it done over the weekend. So the board's reverted. We got these changes. So yeah, we're going to try to get this thing rolling, get some action.
What's the sound effect? Like the woo.
Yeah, he's got it. But yeah.
Got enough money.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like we listen to the community and give a fair shot to everyone, because the new algorithm kind of like preferred a more following, more influential Twitter accounts. And beyond that, I also think that like all the perspective, you restructure the whole thing from it's giving a fair shot and like really give back to the people has already grinded for almost 2 months for this. And like with the liquid rewards, it's also like better than FNFT, because yappers, they probably like, I'm not saying that most of them are, but like a large amount of the yapper program participants, they are not so like heavily financially funded, so they are participating in this to get their like initial liquid from on Sonic chain. So all the changes is just like very praised, and I think we got like very positive feedback from the community as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Corval, I think you're muted.
So awesome. I've already noticed like an improvement in I guess I would say the sentiment as a result of this. People seem to really enjoy the changes. Dude, they're loving your work right now, Drac. Don't disappoint them, bro.
I'm gonna keep at it. You know what I mean? So far, it's going pretty well so far. And the reception's been good, and I was expecting a lot more hate. So you get a little hate here and there, but I was expecting a lot more. So overall, I've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, well, don't jinx it, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to knock on the table here real quick.
One mistake and it's freaking over, dude. Now, moving right along here, we've got some other stuff from the Sonic ecosystem specifically. You guys want to talk about 246 Club? Johan dropped an article on it. You guys familiar with 246 Club?
Yeah, pull that up. Pull that up, Jamie.
There we go. There we go. Slime 246 Club. So 246 Club is like lending. USDC lenders get a higher return than lending on Aave. This is from Johan, the yield master at Sonic, dude. So this is a pretty good article he put out, kind of explaining what 246 Club is, how it works, why people use it. The key thing for me here, I was most interested in is like, what's the point of this? Like, there's already like lending. But the main advantage is you get higher lending on Aave via restaked AS on USDC, and stablecoin loopers can get access on cheaper loans, making their leverage trade more profitable as a result of lower borrow cost. So really, it just makes borrowing lower for loopers. So this manifests as kind of like higher rates for everybody else, right? Because the cost of bootstrapping stablecoins is pretty high, and funds using Ask. Grammar here is a little weird. And funds usually ask for 20% or more to consider providing liquidity. 246 Club takes collateral like all these derivatives like VG, GH, and APR USDC, as well as wrap staked Rings USD. It's going to supercharge the entire Sonic landscape because they're going to have access to lower rates. It's basically what I'm getting at here, right, Dracula? This is a new lending platform that's like specifically for stable coins.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, they're, I guess the idea is there is like a little bit of rehypothecation. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like an interesting idea. It's, you have this kind of stuff for Ethereum and Bitcoin and other coins, but you don't see this kind of thing a lot on like stables. So, any juice that can get squeezed out of stablecoin yield, people are going to be interested in.
Yeah. Wow. Maximus says ETH has hit 4,500. Oh my God.
Is that true?
We'll never know. That's the sad thing. We'll never.
Yeah, I'm gonna look right now.
Man, dude, Vitalik's Russian.
Damn, it is.
Yeah. So we're closing in then. I mean, I think Ethereum all-time high, it tapped like, I guess different charts say different things. I would say, I think it's like 48 something is probably like what it wicked to on like the all-time high. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. Who knows what's going to happen here soon when.
Well, to answer Fred Jug's question, are there any plans for an ETH reversal? Yeah, 100%. We're planning on it. I'm plotting on it. We got all the guns loaded, the trucks loaded up. We're ready to roll out and make it happen, dude.
Yep. Corval's hit all the banking partners, cleared out all the accounts overseas, just about to inject pure liquid cash into this thing.
It's going to be a twofold attack. I'm going to inject liquid cash. I'm also going to kidnap Vitalik and make these in order to dump Ethereum.
Crime.
Yeah, it's crime season. That's right, Mew Mew. And no one's doing
Crime.
That's
yeah,
right.
You just got to keep him away from the sell button, and Ethereum will be fine. So you know what I mean? We'll hit all-time high in no time.
Well, what's the move here? Are you guys gonna loan it or short it?
I might long it going into that cloud, but
yeah.
Again,
Yeah, after like Drac showed the cloud map, I was like, maybe I should long it.
Yeah.
Comment. Let me know what you guys do.
Yeah. Everyone in the audience, let us know. It's like, what's that show called? You Want to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, we'll crowdsource a position.
Yeah, well, let's crowdsource it.
Yeah,
Actually, just go to the Sonic feedback and let us know what you do. We'll find the rightest person, like the most correct action and the most correct person, and we'll invite the submissioner to our show.
I like that. Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah, like start sharing your P&L cards, and we'll talk.
Hell yeah. Now, one of the last things I wanted to talk about for Sonic, then we can wrap up today, folks, is TWAPs and limit orders are now live on Shadow. Wait, look at this. English auction bidding. What does that even mean? Have you guys heard of an English auction? Anyway, cool new features here on Shadow, and then on Enclaves. We were talking about Enclaves. There's their top 3 yields of the day: USDC, Rings ETH, and Rings USD.
Yeah, and they're another lending platform that is kind of up and coming. I mean, obviously, when you still have good yield on these things, that means that the pools are filling up. But put this against what you could earn on Aave or Euler or Pendle. It's like these are good yields. So
yeah, there you go, folks. Now we're still taking submissions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know Drax.
I'm
yeah,
late
you gotta go.
See you Friday, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday. Thanks for hopping on. I know you're out there for a wedding, so enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm gonna get the blessing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, please, folks, give us a call at the number below with your feedback, questions, concerns, pains, problems with Sonic or its community. And the same, you can leave a message at sonicfeedback.com. Send us a message.
Yeah, would love. We'll have to check the voicemail. Would love to get voicemails. That would be hilarious. But yeah, there is sonicfeedback.com. Questions, concerns, rants, whatever you want to send there. I think we'll probably go one more week before we do like a show dedicated to it, but we've got a good bit of stuff already. So I would say we already got like an episode worth easy. So yeah, we'll put out news about when we're going to do that feedback stream. But it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
We'll have fun.
I also want to give out a shout out to Elapse. He's in a community. He's in the TG. He's my personal financial advisor. He's giving out excellent price targets that are keeping me alive every day. So join us in the TG sometime, guys.
Hop in the Telegram. It's in all our descriptions. It's on our X. We just talk price, share conspiracy theories, just whatever you want to talk about. We have a good time in there. And Zorg says you call 888 Dracula to reach my personal. It's a big, like, it's like a old school, like large black phone, and it's the only phone I have access to. I don't have a cell phone. So you have to call me on that. Hit up your boy. You know what I mean? Hit me up. Holler at me. But yeah, I think that's all we got for today. We had a lot of stuff to cover. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we will be back Friday. Quacky says, keep it up, Dracula. You're killing it. I appreciate that, man. Everybody's working hard. Gonna keep doing what I do. Hopefully it benefits the community and the projects and everything else. So we'll always update on that too as it comes around. So yes, with that, we will see everybody Friday.
Peace, fellas.